Thursday, April 21st, and welcome to another weekly real estate update. I am your host, Mark Newstater, eXp Realty here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Snowy but sunny. Spring, maybe summer is coming at some point. Jaden Bax with Avenue Financial, who's not in Calgary right now, didn't have to endure the few snowflakes we got over the
Yeah. I'm not shoveling the deck off right now, right? So I'm a happy guy.
It's it's very interesting. I'm not a weatherman, but I actually have a client that's looking right now to buy. He's like, I like the Northwest, but I'm super concerned about the weather. So literally, as my clients from the Northwest were texting me that they had a foot of snow on the ground, while I had a centimeter down here in the Southwest in Woodbine. He's like, wow. Okay, well, that's like real time. I'm like, yeah, that's, that can tend to be the case. I know Airdrie, Crossfield, up where you guys are when you're here, had a lot more snow than we did. So
big time, yeah.
Yeah, big time. All right, so today's show, we're going to do weekly stats. We're going to do Jaden's rates. I'm going to show you a average days on market right now in April. And then we're going to talk a little bit about, is the market changing? We talk about that every week, but there was somebody prompted me, and so we're going to take a little bit deeper dive into that today. So here are the weekly stats. And, what we talk about is, trends, right? So in the last 5 weeks, have listings gone sales up, down. Clearly now what we're seeing is that certainly on the sales side of things, we're seeing a decrease. So we've seen basically consistent weeks of decreases outside of last week and the week before. But basically, we're almost 100 sales down per week from where we were in mid-March. So we're definitely seeing a decrease in sales in the market. Now, what's interesting to me is we're still on this roller coaster of new detached listings. So we go from 431 to 515 to 486, 489, similar, then way down to 356 when I pulled the stats over the last week at about 10:30 this morning. So that's why I'm not 100% confident. It's like, when you watch the elections, like the news desk is making the call that we are officially calling the election for blank. I'm not ready yet to call that we're down because to me it's all about supply and demand. So right now, if you look at our net difference of plus 420 this week, that's still very, very strong. That's actually one of the strongest net differences we've had. So maybe there's less sales, but in this past week, there was less listings that came on as well. So I hope that makes sense. So we're definitely in a bit of a downward turn from what the craziness of January, February, and 15 and 20 offers and way over asking and things like that. But we're still not, it's still a great time to sell your house. Do not get me wrong. There is no doubt now is still a great time to sell your house. Okay, that out of the way, price reductions of 184, and that really has not gone up. So that's kind of remained constant here over the last 5 weeks. Our detached listings have definitely gone up for sure, and our total listings have gone up. So, would you then say, okay, well, we're sliding a little bit? Okay, fair enough. If you're going to go that way, I think there could be an argument made that we're definitely not where we were in January, February. Okay. So, this is I was having some technical issues, but if we look over here on the right-hand side of this slide, there we see this year, April 14th, 20, with 741 sales, 873 new listings, 4698 active listings. Now, as I denote here at the bottom, active listings, and this is a screenshot right from Calgary Real Estate Board, that includes conditional sales. I do not include conditional sales on that slide on our weekly stats. So that's why the numbers are different. So we have got a total of 4698 for active listings compared to 5967 a year ago, and 1095 sales. So sales are not that actually they were better a week ago or the last year at the same time this week, and then total sales of 806. New listings 1,095. So we're still ahead and behind, depending on which category you look at over last year. 20 days on market. We're going to get the absolutely accurate number here after Jayden talks about interest rates.
Yeah, same story that we've been talking about all the time. One of the things you might notice this week is that 5-year variable is above the 3-year variable. All that happened there was that the lenders that hadn't increased their prime yet have actually increased their prime. So, extremely high. The highest that we've seen them in between 5 and 10 years for that 5-year fix. And so, one of the conversations we're having with clients right now that are maybe a little bit worried about the variable going up, because we know variable is going to go up again over this year and probably a little bit next year as well. Is do not, if you can help it, do not, just because your parents and your grandparents and everybody else did it, do not lock into a 5-year fix. Because if I look at a 5-year fix at 3.84 right now, I know that I can get a 1-year fix at least 1% less than that, 2.84, 2.79, somewhere around there. And so I know a year from now, even if the rates continue to go up, I can probably get a 1-year fixed at, let's say 3.25%. And then 2 years from now, as the market we're hoping starts to back off, then we can look at, maybe we'll do a 3-year fix at 3%. We have obliterated that 3.84 on 5-year, right? The average of those 5 years is going to be well under that. And the only thing that there's no cost to you as a consumer to switch when your mortgage matures. The only thing that's going to happen is that there's the same paperwork that we have to do, right? So it's a little bit of more work for the client. But if you're worried about the bottom line and you want to save money and have the cheapest mortgage over the lifetime of the mortgage, you don't just sign into the cheapest interest rate because that's the best on the market. You take the best product for you that is going to give you the most impact over the time that you own that home.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, good stuff on those interest rates. We want to talk a little bit about what is going on. So going back to my initial, one of the plugs for today's show is the market changing? Certainly sales are down from 5 weeks ago. There's no question about that, about 100 detached sales per week. So that's significant, right? That's about 20-25%, somewhere in there. Sorry, I'm not good at math in my head. But how long does it take to sell a home? Because I think that's part of the equation too. It's how many sales, how many months of supply do we have? What is average days on market looking like? And this is in line right now. I got this morning from one of my suppliers who runs these reports for me, and this is accurate as of today. So at the bottom there, you can see that little disclaimer. This report was created by Real Info Box Inc. using the most recent MLS sales data published by the local real estate board. Information here and deemed reliable but not guaranteed. But the point is, this is recent. So 14 days on market. Certainly sales have gone down a little bit, but so have listings this week. So, literally, like, I'm meeting with a client tonight, and the conversation is going to be, okay, well, here's what I think your home, we should list it at. Now, whether it sells at list price, slightly below, or slightly above, literally depends on the weekend that we list it and what the activity is like, because it is changing so much. It's such a fluid situation. Now, having said that, I had that same conversation with clients up in Livingston. I guess that was about a month ago now, a month and a half ago. Listed at $750, sold at $820, but that was the exact conversation with them. We're listing at market value. Hopefully we're going to get in and around this price, whether it's slightly above, slightly below, and they did great on that sale. But so I think that's really the nuts and bolts of it. Sales are going down, but there's still a ton of demand. And the other thing that I'm just going to take this off as we talk through this, and Jayden, you're going through this as well, is these clients, and we've talked about this before, clients that are moving from Ontario, that work remotely, that their employers don't care where they work from. So they're priced out of the market in Ontario. There was a big article on CBC. Some realtors I know shared it. And it was like, hey, buyers priced out of Ontario are moving to Calgary. So not only remote working, but all the all the jobs that are being created right now. Jaden and I work a lot with the tech industry, whether it's Skip the Dishes, Spotify, Neo Financial. And so, Jaden, I know you've had instances where clients are moving from Ontario as well, right?
Oh, big time. And like you say, a lot from Manitoba. It seems to be, there's a lot of our tech guys coming from Manitoba, a lot from British Columbia as well. And I think what people are seeing is that, the lifestyle you can have in Calgary for your income is so much different than Vancouver and Toronto. There's so much to offer in our marketplace. People want to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, questions about the market. How do interest rates affect you if you're looking to buy, or you're looking to sell, then buy? If you're looking at, selling, but you need to buy first, which would probably still be my recommendation at this point. We can walk you through all that. We can walk you through what we do to win in multiple offers, what we do to maximize your sale price, and all those different fun little parts of the secret sauce. All right, but that is about it for today. So Jaden, thanks again for all that info. And again, reach out, folks, if you have questions, and we will see you here in 7 days.